information and the better use of information lies at the core of improving healthcare. The NHS has for a long time suffered from a surfeit of data and a paucity of information. So, the belief is that there's a golden egg there. There's a prize worth pursuing in just stitching the information back together again, that will allow for an improvement in quality and an improvement in the cost base. The givens are a need to reduce the cost base of the NHS. Aging population and inflation, the medical inflation as technology becomes more demanding and medicines become more and more expensive. It is unsustainable. The NHS will be unsustainable if it's not already unsustainable in its existing model. So the hope is, or the belief, and I think it's probably a well-founded belief, is that information is probably the means that will drive the transformation of healthcare delivery that's required. And the big driver behind that will enable that there is using your information better will allow you to transform the way you deliver care.
Information is key to helping clinicians make the right decisions, and whenever we started looking for the sources of information, we actually found that the record is very fragmented. We don't have a unified record. We've got the main medical record, we've got the nursing record, we've got the allied health professionals, the dietitians, the physiotherapists. They all have little bits of separate information. And when we were sort of starting to move our hospital to a new PFI build, we found that the storage just was not going to be adequate for the current medical record. I seen within this that there's actually much more to be gained from the patient's point of view, and that's part of the reason why I have got involved with the Evolve project.
I think with ourselves it's around process redesign, and it's around driving benefits out there. Let's take out all the heavy weather, let's stop having to do everything duplicate, triplicate. Let's really slicken up those processes, and by doing that you drive out your productivity and efficiency targets, which, let's be really honest, that's what the NHS is all driven by at the minute, but you also make it easier for the users.
We felt that if we started presenting the case notes electronically, digitally to clinicians, it would sort of pave the way for them in terms of migrating to a more kind of holistic digital way of working, I guess. So that was kind of one of the primary drivers, and the other driver really was just pure space. That we've only got, we reckon we've probably got 3 or 4 years worth of space in the library.
I mean, the information that we're using is historical, going back many years, plus the information that we're capturing day to day now. And the challenge for us has been to bring those two sources of information together so that the clinician can see all of the information about the patient in one place at the same time.
But what we're doing is a whole transformation project around the information following the patient through the entire care pathway. So it's not a case of, right, okay, acute stops here and, oh look, community starts there and we're not going to share information between, which is where it's been previously. It now needs to flow all the way through, because that way you've got internal referrals, you've got all that sort of jargon. But at the end of the day, the clinicians need a much more holistic view of what's happening to the patient, because that's going to benefit everybody, especially the patient.
It's all about transformation, and obviously bringing the hospital into effectively this century, isn't it? So that paper's been around a long time, and we log that information on paper around the two hospitals and between our clinics, etc. So it's moving from there to be able to have an electronic record that we can all get on simultaneously and access information. So we've seen it very much from a clinical perspective to actually deliver better point of care service, so that clinicians can access the right information at the right time. For us, the journey that we've had, being able to marry up Evolve and the iPad at point of care is exactly what we wanted to do.